Turn it down. Cabin Fever featuring
Mm-hmm.
Deezy.
That's the slapper.
It is a bop. It's a banger. It's
Yeah.
a hit.
Thank you.
I'm really excited to have you. Welcome to the Face Behind the Brand. I am your host, Monique Marie, and you are the amazing, talented, I should say multi-talented,
Oh man.
CEO of Zenith Music,
Yeah.
athlete, engineer, hip hop recording artist, Kam Krzy.
Oh man. Thank you. That's real. That's a great intro too.
Yes,
Appreciate the love.
yes. Thank you. I appreciate the time. This the opportunity to sit here and just go over all this amazingness about yourself. So tell everybody. I know, of course, you're born from the
Yeah.
Bay.
Mm-hmm. Bay
Tell
Area.
everybody else who is Kam Krzy.
Oh yeah. Cam Crazy, definitely a Bay Area boy. Born in Oakland, raised in Silicon Valley. Moved
Mhm.
around a lot actually, you know what I mean? Ended
Yeah.
up being in Sac State for a long period of time. Now I was just thinking about it, man, how long I've been in Sac. It's been like 14 years. I'm like, dang, I really been in Sac for a minute. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a blessing though, you know what I mean? Grateful
Mhm.
for everything, the moves and seeing where I go from here, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, your music background, I should say, your father, is it your father was a DJ?
Oh yeah, yeah, my father was a DJ in the Bay, man. He would have all types of music coming in and out the house, you know what I mean? Like I just remember me having to wash the dishes and do chores and he has a vinyl playing and you got different types of music going on. You have like obviously Tupac, NWA, but then you also have like Keith Sweat playing, the old school jams playing, you know what I mean? Sly Family Stone, all that like I'm just music has just been a part of my life since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, so you went to Sac State. You studied kinesiology, correct?
Yeah, I did start with kinesiology. I did switch majors a lot. I ended
Mm-hmm.
up getting into communications. I did really well in those classes as
Ooh.
well. Yeah,
Well,
which
yes.
makes sense. Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, that was definitely a good learning experience, man. Going
Mm-hmm.
to college and and being in the dorms and just really being 10 toes down out there, man.
Yeah.
Away from home.
Yeah. Well, when did you know that hip hop was something that you wanted to, get involved in? Music, I should say, in general. When did that come
Um,
about?
Well, I always enjoyed music. I remember when I was in high school, I would burn CDs from LimeWire and sell them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's just like I always was around music. Like I said, my father was a DJ. I didn't really realize until honestly, like 2017, when I was like, man, I could really do this out here, and just make music. After my spiritual awakening, and just really sat down, like, man, what do I like doing? Like, I love listening to music. Let me try making it. And then
Yeah.
next thing you know, the sky's the limit from there. You know what I mean? I feel like music really found me in a sense.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, of course, we came in with cabin fever, but I have to jump around a little bit just because I don't want to forget what you just said.
Oh
As
yeah.
far as your inner peace,
Oh yeah.
um,
Gotta
the
have
the
that.
song clouds
Mm.
um, is very melodic and spiritual. It's like it's all these things, right? It's hip
Oh
hop
yeah.
going on. So I want you to talk to me about clouds first because that was 2020 in the middle of
Yeah.
pandemic. You dropped
Yeah.
this.
Hmm. So this,
Um, Tell us about it.
yeah, clouds is a really important period in time in my life, especially like musically.
Yeah.
Definitely, it was a point where I'm hearing this beat and I'm just vibing to it. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, this is really catching me, and like all these emotions just start flowing out, and that's like when I know I catch the vibe. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, like I can even get goosebumps talking about it every
Yeah.
time like I hear that right one. That's how you know it's the right song. So like I just
Hmm.
start, you calling out to me in the clouds, everything I want I can have without a doubt, and then right then I was like, oh, okay, this is it. Let me go ahead and
Yes.
this is gonna be a positive song. But I was like,
Hmm.
man, I can't go to no engineer. I can't like, because it was in the middle of quarantine.
Hmm.
I'm like,
Quarantine.
okay, boom. Shout out to DB the official. He was like,
Hmm.
bro, come on in. We got the studio session open. I'm like, all right, shoot, I'll come in. We do the session. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, sky's the limit from that. And I was like, man, I gotta just drop this. So I dropped it during quarantine because I felt like because I'm feeling this vibe, I know other people feel the same way. And it's something positive that people can feel, you know what I mean, and take
Yeah,
from. And that's one of the biggest things with my art is just man, like really being in those moments and really like putting it in the music
yeah,
because
yeah,
I feel like that's how people resonate with it because they feel it. So that's how that song came about, and it was really in a I think everybody was going through it at that time. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So,
yeah. Heck yeah. I think absolutely. You know,
hmm
people losing people,
yeah,
cabin fever.
yeah, yeah, all that.
um, yeah, so much. But what an amazing sound, right? And then the visual, well, let me back up because the sound
Oh,
was so dope.
yeah.
It's been featured on Genius, right?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Shout out to
Congratulations
Felicia.
to
Yeah.
that. That's not easy to do. So tell the listeners and the audience what that is and what that's about.
So Genius is a platform where you can one of the biggest things is you can find the lyrics on there. So
Mhm,
I'm really big on, okay, who writes the music, and you can see who writes the music, it lists that, who produces it. You just get a little bit more background on the music with any song, you know what I mean?
mhm.
And it has to be submitted and ran through to get into that. So that was definitely a goal of mine. I have a couple songs on there now. It's just a blessing. Shout out to Felicia for getting me on that too. Yeah, it's just one of those things, you just check them off the list. Just want to keep going and keep getting more accolades and different things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, dope sound. And again, congratulations for that. To be able to share this amazing sound on that platform. The visual is dope.
Yeah,
Very age, very different.
yeah.
And what do you got over 20,000 views right now on this visual, at least on one of your pages, I see.
Oh, oh,
uh,
oh, the clouds one, the clouds
yeah,
one. I think
yes.
that one's like at 81.
Am I
Last time yeah, yeah, 81, yeah, and going
have a
up.
lot? I didn't know what to play. I didn't even know. No, really. Let me tell you something. I was just
Yeah,
like, I'm glad I had the options because I'm like, what do I play? Because you only get a
yeah.
few minutes to come on. But I didn't know what even to play because it's just like, damn, everything is good.
Oh man, that you don't know
So
how much that means. You don't know
everything
how
is
much.
everything. Like clouds, I want to know the creative process of the visual for clouds.
Oh, okay, wow, yeah, that's interesting too. Again, same time. So how that came about again like the song and um in my head I was thinking, man, I should just wait. I shouldn't even like put it out, like nobody's listening to music right now, you know what I mean? That was
Hmm.
a thought. And then
Yeah.
I would listen to a lot of speakers and just be that say being in the moment is kind of the best way to uh, live life. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, if you really feel like this is touching you and you feel like this needs to be out, let it out. You know what I mean? So I just did that. So in the process of doing that, I was like, man, I want to do a visual for this. I want it to be on YouTube so people who can't afford to get Apple Music or Spotify, so they can listen to it.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, I can't really go out and record right now. What's the alternative? Just in my head. And I was like, man, I could make a cartoon. And then
Yeah.
so definitely was inspired by 808s and Heartbreaks with Kanye and how he did the Heartless video. And
Hmm.
that was definitely an inspiration. And just looking at that song and like, okay, boom, this is similar. And then the beat pattern, boom, boom, with the 808s in the background. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, yeah, this is really gonna hit. So I tapped in on Fiverr and just found somebody who does the artwork, and we tapped in. He did it. He was actually in China, and
Jesus.
that was the craziest thing I'm trying to tell you. And so he was telling me he had to translate everything I was texting, and that's why it was taking so long. So I'm like,
Hmm.
oh man, no. Like I was like, cool, putting in all that effort, got it back. You know what I mean? It took a little while, got it back, put it out, and then just gave it to God on that, and then everybody who listens to that song, it might not be like, because it's a little melody and everything like that, but they feel it. They be like, yo, like, it's not my style, but it's a hard song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you start
Yeah.
listening to the words and then you get into
Mhm.
the vibe. And that's
Yeah.
just, man, like, hearing that and hearing you say that is what an artist loves to hear because
Yeah.
that's part of what we do it for. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. And just like I said, the visual, because we're such visual people, especially at this
yeah,
generation, be like, I need to see what he's talking about, even though we hear it. I can go
Hmm.
there with you, you know, and like literally go into the lyrical sense of each verse because I want to know more, you know. But to see something like that is so different. And I kind
Hmm.
of, when you said, you know, the guy, the artist is over in China or from China, I mean, it's obvious. It's like
Yeah.
this person, whoever this is, it's not from
Hmm.
here. You know what I'm saying? And it's out of this
Yeah.
world, kind of like, you know.
Right.
So
So yeah, and just to kind of put a little bit extra on it, so
yeah,
people who haven't heard it, it's basically a soul searching song. It's like it's about like soul searching within yourself, and then also
yeah,
soul searching within a relationship, any relationship, twin flame relationship, spiritual
yeah.
relationship with God. Like you're calling that out and just knowing that okay, there's something I could learn, something more here that I haven't tapped into. Calling
Well,
out to you in the
well,
clouds.
let's
Oh yeah, yeah,
play
let's do it. Yeah, yeah. What? Let's do it.
it. I love this song.
Oh, thank you.
Can you hear it?
Yeah,
81,547 views.
yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely, man. God is good. God is good.
I see Chad Rico's in the building.
What's up, Charico family? You already know. Peace and love. Ooh.
I wish you guys could see what I'm watching. The video is amazing.
Oh, they can get it. Shoot, go to Kam Krzy YouTube.
Yeah,
You can
this so
watch
yeah,
it. Yeah,
watch this video. I mean, it's just I've never seen
yeah.
anything like it in my life. Like
Oh
I was just
man.
I was like, and that's why I was saying it was so many dope, different visuals that you
Mm,
have. That's when I said I was like, I don't even know what to post. And then the
yeah.
free course that was so dope.
Which one?
Um,
You cut out. I didn't hear the last
uh,
part.
the freestyle that you did,
Oh yeah,
tipping.
yeah. The freelance. Yeah. Tipping. I'm
Oh,
telling you, Monique, that was man. I remember when that song came out. I
oh
remember it was
my,
after a basketball game. I was playing a basketball game. I heard that song. I'm like, oh, this is a song. This and
this,
it was coming from the South too. And I was like,
uh,
and it didn't sound like Lil Jon. Not knocking. It was different. It was really
yeah,
like the South. I'm like, oh, okay, like this is them ones.
yeah.
And
So
just stuck with
now,
me.
too, of course, the lyrics, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
the art.
yeah, 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 for
Um,
sure.
yeah.
But
So the sound is what gets you, though. You know.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you. Who is this? Said Cam Crazy got nothing but heat on every drop so far.
Oh yeah, much love, 50.
Lead the
Yeah,
fist lead the fist city. So yeah, that's dope. And speaking of Chad Rico, I noticed you
uh,
guys have done some collabs in
yeah.
2020. You the collaboration working, and then you also, of course, collab before on one of his sounds, Legend in the Coop.
Legend and Cool. Yeah,
So
yeah.
so talk
That
about
yeah.
that.
Chad's big brother, man. That's the big brother, bro. Like he put me onto a lot of different things in the music industry. Big ups to him. Definitely a blessing. Um,
Yeah.
Leg Working was one of the first songs we did. That was actually one of the first videos, first songs I did with Damon Jamal and Shabazz. Shout out to Uncle Shabazz and Damon Jamal. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
Shout out
opened my eyes.
to
Uh,
Hack.
yeah,
I
yeah.
said shout out to Hack.
Yeah, shout out to Hot Shabazz, man. And then like yeah, so we did that and then followed up with Legend in the Coop. Legend in the Coop is actually one of my favorite songs too that we did together. I still play it to this day. It's a banger, you know what I mean? And then like one of those songs that really was able for me to allow me to showcase a different side, like as far as like with that type of music and the bass and everything like that, and still being able to like uh lyrically go and rap, but then also harmonize too. Like that's my biggest thing. Like you know how you were saying, how it's a lot of vibes. Like
Yeah.
you'll see clouds, but then you'll see, you feel me, Wasted City. And it's a
Yeah.
whole rapping thing. It's like, okay, yeah, this is the music that I love and that I enjoy. Like, I'm going to do all of it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, like, just like a painter, like, I'm gonna use all the colors. Like, we finna really get all into this music thing
Yeah.
because all it is an expression. It's a
Mm-hmm.
journal of my journey. You know what I mean? And things that I've seen. So it's like there's all different ways to express that. I get it. You know, it's just exciting. You know,
Well,
but
we can.
yeah,
You're putting out what you feeling and seeing. We're getting it. Okay.
yeah,
The creative side. You're the right side brain thinker. Like literally,
mm,
you're all that whole creative sense of everything. 2020 was a big year, though. Yes, pandemic. Yes, the reignite of the other pandemic, racism. That which
hmm
is over 400 years. Um, Coelho, am I saying it right? Coelho Street.
Coelho Street. Yeah,
I knew I
Coelho
had to.
Street.
Like,
Oh,
Lord,
it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Cause you know
Coelho
what's
Street.
funny,
What?
huh?
I said
You know what's
Coelho.
Oh yeah. It's funny because Paulo Coelho did the book. What was the book? Man, it's slipping my mind right now.
Coelho.
Alchemist. I don't know
Mm,
if you read the book, The Alchemist, and it's crazy because I grew up on Coelho Street, and it's
wow.
like all that. And I had a song called Indigo that's kind of talking about
Mm-hmm.
different things, and it's just crazy you brought that up, and I just wanted to point that out. That all that everything synchronicity, everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's all good.
Well, it's not a coincidence. You have 4 tracks off of that EP, amazing EP, Indigo, Wasted City,
Hmm.
which of course we know is a banger. Bounce on It,
Oh
another
yeah,
banger, and
yeah,
Habit.
yeah.
So, for you to be able to put out, and then of course we can't forget about the other singles, What You Want and 10. I mean, 2020, for somebody to be in quarantine.
Man, it's work. That's why I call it like E40 said, like in the interview with Too Short E40 on All the Smoke, call it the pandemic. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We'll get your plans together. What we gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? We have the time. Now you just gotta sit and think and figure it out. And you know what I mean? And that's where you get the soul searching, just figuring out, yourself. And that's the biggest takeaway from that whole time. And I see
Mm-hmm.
things are opening up now, which is good. You know what I mean? Giving more opportunities out, but still grinding, still drop cabin fever. There's no
Yeah.
excuses out here. You know what I mean? So, and that's just the mentality.
Yeah.
You just got That's the mentality I have with everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have full creative control, Kam Krzy. You are the CEO of Zenith Music. Talk to me
Hmm.
about Zenith.
Zenith Music actually again part of the pandemic, and it was like, hey, I told myself the year before I wrote it on my board I was gonna have a record label. So it was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm looking at how to do it, had to figure it out, had to talk to people who knew how to do it and be a sponge to it, you know what I mean, and really sit down and figure it out. And here we are today with the label and building that. And also even with the merchandise and clothing lines and getting
Mm-hmm.
inspiration from different people that have done it. You know what I mean? With me, I know this information out everywhere. It's just about opening your mouth and speaking and getting that information and
Mm-hmm.
applying it. You know what I mean? So um, definitely a part of the 2020 resolution that I've foreseen and just hey put head down and just hey you're gonna get it done. So that's how it
Absolutely.
happened.
Well, part of Zenith Music is a part of your name. So people, just in case they don't know, I'm really into wordplay. I'm into acronyms,
Yeah,
paraphrase,
yeah,
and your name, Crazy, KRZY, is an acronym. So tell the folks what it actually stands for.
yeah, definitely. For those who don't know, the name KRZY is actually an acronym. And the
Mm-hmm.
acronym stands for Keep Rising to Zenith Year. And
Mm-hmm.
Zenith Year definition is basically the most successful you could be in your lifetime. And
Woo!
and rising to that. So that's all a part of the brand, the name behind the brand. You know what I mean? It's more to it than just Cam Crazy.
Yes, I love it.
Hmm.
Because we had this conversation, and I
Yeah.
always talk about the music, but to me, the person's inner peace and spirituality is crucial. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I sense that with you right away.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
and again, I said it earlier, but a shout out to Hack Shabazz. Like you
Oh,
said
shout
earlier,
out to
this
him.
this would not even be happening It's not a coincidence, you know,
Right.
and I don't believe in coincidence. So
Me either. Me either, Monique. What? Everything happens for a reason.
yeah.
And that's real. And I know you are, like, when we had the conversation, it's like, definitely picking your brain and seeing, like, the things because I know you've been in the music industry as well. So you sing,
Yeah.
and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So like I said, everything happens for a reason.
So what would you say are important personal values that you are very keen on and that are important to you?
And word is bond, just being true to your word.
Mm-hmm.
And not only to your word, to yourself. I think if you just treat others like you want to be treated is the biggest thing. And I hear my mother saying that in my ear. It
Mm-hmm.
it, it it really goes a long way in any situation. You know what I mean? And it's like those are the biggest creeds that I feel in loyalty. All that in one is how number one you can stay out of trouble. Number
Yes.
two, you know what I mean? You keep a level head when you realize, hey, like, is this even worth my energy? And
Mm.
one of the biggest things that I see is like um treating everything myself as like or my energy as a garden. So
Mm-hmm.
like if you have a nice garden, you plant your seeds and you're getting your fruit and everything like that, there's gonna be a lot of people that want to come see the garden and see how you plant it and take some fruit and use it in their garden. But as they do that, they do take away from your garden. They do walk on your
Ooh,
crops. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just acknowledging
Jesus.
that and
Yeah.
and setting boundaries on that. And how do you set boundaries on a garden? You just put little gates up. You know what I mean? People can see you, can allow who you want in, but those people that come in, they can help work. And it's just with energy, just allowing that to be the way I approach it. And that's again going within self and realizing, okay, how do I do this? And that's just the mentality that I
Mm-hmm.
see that has been working.
Yeah. Dope energy, for one, and just starting there, your energy, your vibe, you know what I'm saying? It totally makes sense where you
Yeah.
are when it comes to your music because it's literally it's timeless, which people I know people throw that word around, but it's like no, it's like out of this world. Like this is not we're not
Wow.
just talking hip hop here, we're talking alternative. It's like it's another form, and you might even be creating a new genre, you
Yeah,
know.
man. And I'm starting to hear that, Monique. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is real. Like, you know what I mean? And it, all glory to God. It's just all these moments in time, like I said, and just being open. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And being open to different sounds and enjoying different music and you know what I mean? It's all bundled into one. Like I said, I'm a big sponge with music too. It's like, okay, it's your favorite country song, let's hear it. I want to hear what it's
Yeah.
about. And I guarantee I'm gonna pick something out of that reaches me, I can learn from. Everybody has their own experiences, their own way of expression. Just
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? So that's just how I look at it. And it took me a while to get that way though. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it just happened overnight. It's like I really just had to like, oh, like take from different ideas. That's all we can really do on earth is really like learn from people before us. You know what I mean? So
Well, speaking of Earth, I picked up, like I said, this, because of course you told me you're Scorpio.
oh
So
yeah.
definitely know where your spiritual sense, you're definitely in tune, with a lot of things that go on around you, which is big.
Hmm.
Um, but if you were, and you could control one of the elements that I'm about to mention to you,
Hmm.
which one would you choose? Fire or water?
Water, definitely. Without water there will be no life here on earth. So it's
Ooh.
like that's definitely the biggest thing. And Scorpio is a water sign. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, just being true to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely water.
Definitely water. Okay, I can see that. So the other creativity, of course, that you mentioned a little bit earlier is the fashion. You are a fashion designer. Talk to us about
Yeah.
that.
So I have definitely thank you for bringing it up. I have a new design dropping very very soon. I'm gonna put a link up really soon through Zenith Music, and it's gonna be a couple exclusive one for Cabin Fever, and there's gonna be another one too. So
Mm.
it's just really getting inspiration from different artists that I like work with, like Till, you know what I mean? He's a great artist under our camp with Cat Register Crew Records, and just like really building, like I said, like sky's the limit, man. Just being a creative in general is just it's a wonderful thing. So it's
Yeah.
like when you realize that you can create anything you want, and just it just takes the time and understanding how to do it. That's like the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's with anything.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing.
Hmm.
So who are some of your influencers? I know you mentioned one is Kanye West, the big
Oh
influencer.
yeah. Yeah. As far as music's concerned, yeah, like music,
Music.
Kanye, yeah, Drake. That's me. That's heavy rotation. It's just I get in the car, I could listen to anytime, any album. Um,
Mm,
also, influencing me through music right now, um, will have to be. Like, I'm really liking what Baby Keem has been dropping too. Like his music that's been dropping, I've been really rocking with. And then
mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
another side note, people might not know this. Sade is one of my favorite artists. Like I can listen to
Ooh,
Sade all day. Yeah, Anita Baker. I was just seeing an interview about Anita Baker and about how she was fighting with her label to get her masters and everything like that. And
oh
I'm
my
like,
goodness.
man, like still Anita Baker's still fighting.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, you
Eh,
remember with Prince before he passed, he had just got his master's back.
Yeah, I know, but it's just crazy to see that. But you see, I see that to see. Okay, this is how you do it. This is what you don't do. This is how you know what I mean, and take that in.
Yeah, yeah. So speaking of these artists, if you were to go to one of their concerts, Kanye West, Dre, any of these,
Hmm.
what is it that you would be listening for? What are you watching for? Because obviously this is someone who is definitely a veteran, you know, in
Hmm.
this industry and what they do. So what would you be watching for?
Yeah, I've been to a Kanye concert too. That's crazy. I went to the graduation concert, which was dope, and
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna was there. She did the Umbrella, LA, all that. But from that point and now, I'm looking at how he controls the crowd, how he is able to have the stamina to do all those songs, and I performed, and it's not easy. Like it
Yeah,
might look easy, but it's not easy to control or keep people's attention and keep people rocking and all that stuff. So I'm more so
right.
looking at how he does it. Just like I will look at when I play basketball like Kobe or MJ.
Mm-hmm.
How do they work out of the pick and roll? How do they work out, with the three and just really just okay, how does Kanye do this? How does he do that? How does he control this side of the crowd? How does he control that? And that's just all again applying, seeing it and applying it.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Mm-hmm.
that's just all you have to do. I don't like if I don't know something, I don't shy away from it. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I don't know. And then if you know, okay, cool, let's sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it's important to keep learning. I mean, there's so much, especially with what you're doing. I mean, you have to. Now, I was talking to my cousin about this earlier. Wear so
Hmm.
many hats. You know, even when
Yeah.
you team, you're still wearing a lot of hats because you want to make sure your baby, because this is your baby,
Hmm.
is protected and is looking good and is representing you.
Right.
So, you know, I could totally relate to you on that. You know, I do like I told you earlier, I like wordplay. I like
Hmm.
acronyms. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
kick out some words to you.
Hmm.
And I want to know what comes to mind first when I mention these things to
Oh,
you.
let's
Your
go. Yeah.
paraphrase
Okay, cool.
might be a word that you recognize. Okay. Let's start with, of course. Well, you said that already, so I'll do a different one. Evolution.
Um, life is all about evolution and
Mm,
growing. You know what I mean? You don't want to stop growing. If you stop growing, you basically dying. So
mm,
that's
oof,
what comes to my head with that.
wow. Um, expression.
Music is my way of expression. Music is my way of letting out the stress, letting out the hard times, and also let it showing the good times. You know what I mean, and showing the positivities that's going on. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's just all about emotion in negative way." It's good emotions too that music allows you to express. You know what I mean, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of good emotion, habits. Good
Oh
habits.
yeah. Hey, that song was done in the same session with Cloud.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I was on some vibes that day for real.
Wow. Okay. 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 The next one is wisdom.
Um, wisdom. I think of books. I
Hmm.
think in personal experiences, those are the biggest thing that help you with wisdom. Because you
Hmm.
can be smart, you know what I mean, but not be wise, or
Yeah.
still need to gain more wisdom. And I feel like the
Hmm.
only time you can either get wisdom is through seeing it somebody or telling you or going through it yourself. And that's
Yes,
the
absolutely.
yeah.
And the last one is character.
Um, forever building.
Woo.
I feel like you always are building your character because you're all it's always evolving, just like in life. You know what I mean? You're adding to
Mm.
your character. You're adding different things. Um, that's the thing that comes to mind. Yeah, those are actually really good words. That had me really thinking. Like that's
Yeah.
dope.
So I pick words, and obviously in relation to what the artist to me is, and what you're
Hmm.
doing, what you're expressing, and obviously where you've gone. You said you've only been at this for 4 years,
Yeah.
so that's pretty impressive
Oh
um,
wow.
to me. That's pretty impressive. So speaking of all these songs and this talent,
Hmm.
if you could choose just one and say it's your favorite, what is your favorite song out of your entire catalog?
Oh man.
I know, just one.
Uh, cause you know they are my babies.
Yes, you only get to choose one baby tonight.
Ah,
Which one's
dang.
going with you?
Shoot, I gotta go with the one that's out, Cabin Fever. That's the
Yeah,
one. You know what I mean? That's the one. That's the
Cabin Fever.
one. That's the
So
one.
the visual is amazing to Cabin Fever. You've got Dev DV. Is it Dev DV? Am I saying his name right?
Dev Deezy, yeah. Cash Register to Coup Records. Shout out to Cash
Thank
Register to Coup Records, yeah.
Yes, yes. Dev Deezy. And it's an amazing sound and amazing visual. And speaking of what we just talked about earlier with quarantine, cabin fever,
Yeah.
obviously we can all relate.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely vibes. And again, that was again in the middle of it, the making of the song.
Hmm.
With producer Clooney certified. Shout out to him. And
Yeah.
we did that song, man, and it really came together in a time that, again, that wasn't you probably wouldn't have foreseen us doing, you know what I mean, in that time and making that banger and making that hit. So God is good. Like we started off in the interview. Perfect
Yeah.
timing, everything happens for a reason.
Happens for a reason. So speaking of this industry, because you are obviously knowing what you're stepping into, it's an amazing, um, it could be an amazing career,
Mm.
lifetime, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's also, of course, what we talked about earlier, the different types of interesting things that take place. So if you could change one thing about the music industry, the way it is today, what
Hmm.
would that be?
If I had to pinpoint and change something, it would just be being more clear. And I know it's hard to, it's not hard to do. It's just like if you see somebody or you're doing something and you know how to do it with
Hmm.
anything, you know what I mean? And you see somebody doing it, it shouldn't be such a feeling like if I show this person this, they're gonna take over and they're not gonna need me type thing. And it's
Mm.
like just seeing that, and not everybody's like that, but it's just I've seen a lot of people who are, and it's like just even in the community, just working together always wins. Like, you know what I mean? It takes a team. It takes more than one person. You know what I mean? It
Hmm.
takes these experiences to get to where you are, or the person that has the knowledge to get to where they were at. So
Yeah.
I just think just being a little bit more transparent when we all know what the goal is, um, in the music industry, I feel like could go a long way and help everybody. Everybody could benefit from that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
So
hmm So you're meeting people online, of course, just like we all are, especially lately, I would say. This
yeah.
last year has shown us the impact of the internet.
Hmm.
Um, streaming is concerned when it comes to cultivating a direct relationship and contact with your fans. Talk to
Yeah.
me about what that means to you.
Online. So I think that's the dopest thing. Like as far as the internet's concerned, like
Mm,
especially for artists, you can really reach out and talk to these people and like build relationships and the people who love the music and that want to be a part of it get to
mm-hmm.
really see, even this interview here can see, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And without that, we wouldn't have that. So I feel like as far as what it's being used for and what your intentions are with it,
Mm-hmm.
that's the biggest thing with the
Yeah.
internet. Yeah.
Positivity, right?
Right. That's where it's at.
Positive energy. You said it too in the preliminary, like the vibration you attract,
Vibes. Yeah.
you're attracting good people, you're attracting more musicians, you're
Right.
attracting people who are obviously related to this amazing creative art that you're putting
Right.
out. So it clouds is obviously has attracted so many different types of people. I can only
Yeah.
imagine,
Oh yeah,
you
and
know.
it's all good. And even the people who don't like it, like I said before, if they don't like it, they're gonna be the first ones to tell me they like the next one. It's been
Yes,
happening for years. So it's like, you know what I mean? I enjoy it. I hate is love. Love is all. It's all one thing. So
yeah,
like, I had to really understand that too, especially in this industry. But like,
yeah,
yeah, like it's all a blessing to be able to express myself through music. Like, it's a joy, and you know what I
yeah,
mean? It's just really a joy.
yeah. So who besides yourself have you been
Mm-hmm.
listening to?
Yeah, so Baby Kim, I did just listen. I was listening to Scary Hours when I went to the store today with Drake. Like, uh, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
gotta give
yeah.
it to him. I fuck with that one. Um,
Hmm.
shoot, like I said, I get into old school. Sade, Anita Baker, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
no,
Keith
did say
Sweat,
shut.
yeah, Zapp and
Yeah,
Roger. Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean? I play those while I'm cooking, while, doing my thing, working out, whatever. Like, it's all about the vibes. It's all about the
Hmm.
vibes,
Yeah, big
for
time.
sure.
So let me ask you this, because of course you, of course, seen some things last year. We all seen some things in the middle of
Hmm
2020. We learned a lot about possessions and people.
hmm
Um, the importance, obviously, of the latter, people. So if you were forced to eliminate every physical possession,
hmm
okay, from your life, with the exception of what could fit into a backpack,
hmm
what would you put into it?
The backpack?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shoot, I came into this world without anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't need anything. As long as I have
Mm-hmm.
my soul, my spirit, the Lord
Mm-hmm.
God, everything, we straight. We gonna keep winning whatever's coming next.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
So
all
would
you
you
need is
say
yourself.
your Bible? No.
Oh, no, I mean, that can be in
You
there,
don't
but
need
it's like
that. You don't really need that, right? Because you have
yeah,
him.
because it's the God. Yeah, you have it with. I mean, me. That's me. That's how I feel.
No.
I'm not saying anybody gotta agree. It's just like
Yeah.
as long as you have that relationship with Him, you straight. So
Hmm.
physically, we can't take none of this stuff with us. You know what I mean? So it's just like you just gotta your spirit gotta be right. You gotta have your relationship with God, and
Hmm.
go from there with that. And that's just
Hmm.
how I look at it. That's my mentality. I don't really need anything.
Mm. So humble.
Yeah.
That's important. I should have put that word in there. Humility. Very humble. So I asked you this also in your preliminary, and it's of course one of my favorite questions to ask artists. Is it important to do what you love, Kam Krzy, or to love what you do?
Um. I, I feel like it's important to do what you love. Cause like
Mm,
if you don't love what you do, or if you love what you do, that's not really doing what you love. Cause like if you love, the passion is behind it when you love what you do. You know, what I mean, you can do it
hmm.
at any time of the hour. I was up last night till 5 in the morning making music. Like, you know what I mean? If you can't do that, what's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
point? Yeah. So
Passion to do what you
passion. Yeah.
love. Your entire camp, you all have something going on right now.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So share with me about what you can tell me, because I was going to say out of the team and collaborations and the music that's coming.
Yeah. Shoot. First of all, everybody go to cashregistercrew.com. Go to
Yes.
Cash Register Crew on YouTube. Look at all the videos. Oh, everybody got bangers. Those are my inspiration as well. Every artist on there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure I inspire them as well. And we just keep building. We've been doing this, you know what I mean? And it's paying off. And I would
Yeah.
encourage everybody to don't take my word for it. Go look, go check it out. I'm quite sure you guys are gonna be back.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everybody's working hard. We hard workers. We out here. CashRegisterCrew.com. Check it out.
Yeah. Yes. So what does Kam Crazy do outside of the studio when he's not creating and when he's not
Um,
relaxing? What do you do for fun?
um, Fun. Oh well, definitely a day in my life is a routine. Like I mean,
Mm,
I'm big on routines now. Well,
mm-hmm.
not now. I've been on. It's just hey, wake up, meditate, get
Mm.
right. You know what I mean? Make a smoothie. You know what I mean? And then if I don't have a session, you know what I mean? I'm just enjoying the family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Playing basketball. I got back into that yesterday, man. I had
Mm-hmm.
to take a break today though. You
See,
know what
I
I
put
mean? Because you
athlete
can't.
on there. About
Yeah,
to
you.
back.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, you get back into that. But it's exercise, so it's like just staying
Yeah.
on your toes and getting it right.
Yeah.
Cause there was another thing that I heard. It was like, man, get back to being a kid again. Like, doing the things you used to do. I played basketball for so long, and I just
Mm,
enjoy just going out when it's a nice day, shooting around. Like, do that. You know what I mean? If that's
yeah.
what you do, or swimming, or tennis, or whatever you like to do. And you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Just staying true to that, and that just goes back to staying true to yourself and what you
Yeah.
find joy in. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm big on is just what doing the things I love doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many times or times where I wasn't able to do the things I love doing
Yeah.
because you had to do something else. So
Absolutely.
and that goes back to loving what you do.
Yes. Woof. I love it. So if you could pass on a nugget or of course a gem of wisdom to an aspiring artist coming behind you,
Hmm.
you wants to record, wants to be a recording artist,
Hmm.
what would you share with them?
Biggest thing is to be true to yourself.
Yes. Lord have
That's
mercy.
the
Yeah.
biggest thing, you know what I mean? But also don't be arrogant,
Mm,
be
mm-hmm.
open. Be open
Yes.
to everything that's happening and use your intuition. Like use your intuition within any situation and understand that what I mean that's the biggest thing that I use in here is how I feel. Like what I mean,
Mm,
you could be saying whatever,
yeah.
but does it feel right?
Oof.
Yeah, so that's my
That's
biggest
good.
thing.
No, that's so big it's not funny. Like that's like the gem of the century, you
Oh
know.
man, yeah, use it. Yeah, use it. I've been using it.
Your gut feeling is like so real, and well, for
Hmm.
one, it's God, right? So it's,
It is.
you go with it and not question it. And then if you don't have an answer, like my mom always says, she's like, when in doubt, do nothing. Don't do anything at
Right.
all. Say yes, don't say no. Just wait,
Be
you know.
still. Be still.
Be
Right.
still and wait. Ooh.
And that's patient, and that's testing patience. Like a lot of patience. Your patience get tested too,
Hmm.
but it pays
Hmm.
off. You know what I mean? Everything's a test. Everything's what I mean. It's just about. I feel like everything that happens in your life, you're able to handle.
Yeah.
You might not feel like you are in that moment, but you are.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because
Absolutely. Go ahead. What were you
oh
saying?
no, I was cool. That was it. That was just a statement.
So do you find praise or constructive criticism to be more motivating?
Um, they both can be motivating. What? Oh, that's motivating. What? Because
Hmm.
you know, um, I can go both. I'll explain both. Praise, like if you get praise from somebody or in a situation, whatever, it's like wow, you want to go back and get that again, and but then make it better. You know what I mean? Make
Hmm.
them enjoy it better. If you're getting constructive criticism, or somebody doesn't like it or they don't, it's like, okay, cool, bet I'm finna do something that you like. And that
Hmm.
goes back to like with my music, like why does it have I want not that I want, but it's just like I number one want myself to be able to make everything that I like. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So within that and with understanding how vibe works and I know so the people around me, if you like what just me as a person, you're gonna like one of these art pieces or one of these, you know what I mean? And but again, ultimately that goes back to you understanding
Yes.
what you like and your vibe and getting that right. So I just
Mhm.
ultimately know at the end of the day, if my vibe is right, the right people are gonna like the right people are gonna show up the right you know what I mean? So
Facts. All facts. What movie do you think would you say? Because I've just watched like 3 movies in the last 2 days. Coming to America. I saw Coming to America 2, but I had to go back and watch Coming to America 1.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I seen that too. Did
it,
you enjoy it?
it was yes. Like I'm gonna say yes.
Oh yeah. Now Coming to America, I enjoyed it. I'm glad they had everybody that was in the
Yeah,
old one on the set,
yeah,
and even did you see the end with John
yeah.
Legend when he
Hmm.
was singing? I'm like, oh okay,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is dope. But
There's
like
a
there was
lot of
definitely
there's a lot of
yeah,
cameo people there. It's like,
yeah,
dang, everybody.
yeah, yeah. That
So
part of it I like.
okay, so what movie can you watch over and over and over again then without getting tired?
Oh yeah, next Friday. That's easy. Yeah,
Really?
next Friday. Yeah. Um,
Oh,
also Interstellar.
mm.
Interstellar. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
Who's in that
Inception. It's a lot of people in that movie.
movie?
It's a space movie. It's like it's a sci-fi. Like I'm big in like the sci-fi area. Like you feel me? I'm big in like I like comic movies. Yes, I do. I like all that Batman, DC, like Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
all those things. You know what I mean? Ever since I was a kid, I like that stuff. So like
Yeah.
just building all that. So that would kind of be the ones that I could put in rotation at any time and just be cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. So what's the best advice someone has given you? You just gave a gem to the folks that are coming behind you. What's the best advice you've been given?
Um, well, recently is the garden advice.
Oh,
It's using your energy as and
yeah.
like it's a garden. Like you know what I mean. You're
Mm-hmm.
really planting your seeds. Like and that I feel like that was just next level for me. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. So
Yeah.
I encourage people to try that. You know what I mean and see how that works for them
Mm-hmm.
because it's been working
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Well, we could see that it's working for you. Okay. Like I said, the energy and everything you're doing, I don't like to compare any artist, to any artist, but I mean, this is on some next level, and it kind of
Man,
reminds me,
thank you.
you remember when Will Smith's son first came out, like with all his, the animation and the
Oh
creativity,
yeah,
very,
his
very, very, I mean, to the point again, you can't reach something like that. Like that's a level of thinking,
yeah.
genius, right?
Oh wow, man,
Um,
thank you.
so this is where I feel with your sound and your music, you know, just dope. And I'm just so glad that you're from the Bay, you
Oh
know.
yeah. Hey, the Bay, I'm trying to tell you, people sleeping on the Bay, man.
Oof.
People sleeping on the Bay. So much talent, so many artists, so many
Yeah,
people I met. You know what I mean? Just,
yeah, yeah,
but everybody's gonna have their time. I already know. We coming. We here now. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's just like continuing to ascend. You know what I mean? So
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. So with the fashion and the clothing, is the merch available with that line?
I do have merch. Yeah, merch is available now on my website. Merch is
Okay.
available now on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
The website is krzy.com. You can
Okay.
definitely get that. And there will be some drops coming. I'm gonna have the dates. I'm gonna announce that on my Instagram. So please follow
Ooh.
me at Cam Cam underscore KRZY on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. You'll get the insight on the drop for the exclusive Cabin Fever shirt. Um, all
Gonna
that is
need me.
coming, you guys. And if any business inquiries or like management, whatever, hit me at music at kamkrzy.com. So yeah, let's get this rolling.
Let's get it rolling. And speaking of rolling, I'm going to take everybody out with, of course, an amazing sound. We came in with Cabin Fever, of course.
Hmm.
You've heard Clouds, but I want everybody also to hear Wasted City.
Oh, let's get it.
So that's a dope sound to me. And I just want to say I thank you so much, King, for taking the time tonight. I know you're
Thank,
a busy.
thank you, Monique, for having me. You are a blessing. Um,
Oh,
Wonderful show. I appreciate everything you're doing. Peace
thank
and love.
Thank you. And shout out again to Hack Shabazz, King
Hack
Hack Shabazz,
Shabazz, yes, yes. Shout out to Uncle
always,
Shabazz.
everybody. He's a
Yeah.
wonderful person. This is Wasted City. This really goes hard, you know, in my car.
Oh yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way. It gotta slap. What? Bad, please don't waste it. 2-2, now she wasted. 12-12, keep it racing. I stack got Gucci on my super bracelet. It's like damn, now she wanna fucking move fast. Let it calm down. Let's come with a food test. If you want it, you can taste it.
It's a very sexy vibe, Cam.
Oh, thank you. That's the
I
only
think you
way. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotta be. Hey. Man, performing this is crazy. Just seeing how people received it. It was
I could
crazy.
imagine.
Yeah,
I
it was
saw the
crazy.
post today with all the ladies dancing to it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Shout out to Paradise Dance Studio too. Yeah, we just did a whole little collab. You know what I mean? That's my little sister's dance studio. They doing their thing out there, man. Really proud of her too. You know what I'm saying? That's
I see
actually in free.
AB Butler Coast supporting you tonight, Cam.
I didn't even
AB
hear it cut
Butler.
out. Oh
I
yeah,
said
yeah.
I see
Shout out
AB.
to him. What?
Shout out to AB Butler.
Yeah, shout out to
So
them.
yeah, that was another one of Hack Shabazz's amazing connections for me. So I appreciate all of you guys supporting tonight for this
Appreciate it.
amazing artist, Kam
Hmm.
Krzy from the Bay Area.
Thank you. Yes, we are.
Cabin Fever 2021 is available now on all platforms.
Hmm. Hmm.
Please go download and get this sound
Right,
and
right. And
watch
press
the
that.
visual.
Yep, and press that follow button, subscribe, like, comment. You know what I mean? If you dislike it, go ahead, dislike it. You know what I mean? It's all good.
Yeah, it's still like, thank you for letting me know I'm relevant.
Yeah, yeah, because it's still a view.
Yeah. So stay in touch, please. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm
Hmm.
so excited to see what's next. I will be
Oh yeah,
waiting for the merch and everything else that's coming. And
yeah.
yes, thank AB, AB, AB. And
Let's
again, thank
do.
you guys, Chad Rico,
Chat
everybody
with
that
her,
you
yes.
guys are all connected. Amazing Kings. I appreciate the love and support from all of you.
Yep, shout out to Catch Register Crew as well. Love you.
Guys,
Thank you guys. Yeah.
thank you.
Peace
I'll
and
see you
love.
soon. Okay,
All right.
peace.
All right.